Hey folks, in this episode we're headed to see the Grand Prismatic Spring from above and the Upper Geyser Basin, including the Old Faithful Inn.
Make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.
So when we started planning this trip, we knew we were going to be at Yellowstone over the 4th of July weekend. And we planned for that. We knew it. I don't think we had any idea it would be quite like this, though. Well, here we are at Yellowstone Disneyland, going to take a hike on the Fairy Falls Trail.
763,000
with us and a million of our closest friends. The parking lot is filled. The overflow parking is filled. And now we parked way up there around the corner because there's no room here. Because everyone comes to Yellowstone. I'll have to tell you what river this is later. This is the Fire Hole River. Okay, please excuse the bad attitude. We had no idea how busy Yellowstone could be. I suppose smarter people would realize this fact, especially since we were there over the 4th of July. This trail, the Fairy Falls Trail, was nice and easy at this section, and of course, super busy. Look at this smoking spring here. Steaming. Oh, you can see down into it. Oh my, look how deep it is.
See this relatively flat and wide path? Smooth, in fact. And see the hiking sticks. We make no sense. I did have on appropriate footwear.
It's half a mile from the trailhead to the overlook for the Grand Prismatic Spring. The overlook was finished in 2017 to alleviate damage along social trails that hikers had created over the years. Oh my gosh. I usually edit those types of things out, but I left it in just so you could see how amazed we were at how busy this trail and this overlook were.
But it was worth it. Look at this view of this thing.
Boy, you can get close to it here.
I wonder why the trees haven't burned.
The water's poisoned.
What?
Well, maybe it's not that hot out here.
Well, if you were expecting to see the actual Fairy Falls, I'm sorry to say you'll be disappointed. It was at this point we had a little bit of a bathroom emergency and we needed to find a restroom, which apparently they don't have a lot of inside the actual Yellowstone caldera. Something to think about if you're going to visit. We got to see Old Faithful erupt 3 times while we were in Yellowstone. There are huge boardwalks around the area for viewers.
Wow, this is higher than it was last time.
Old Faithful was named by the expedition that explored northwestern Wyoming in 1870.
And it's so different because of the wind, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to have seen it twice.
Currently, there's about 90 minutes between eruptions. Old Faithful isn't connected to any other geysers or springs in the Upper Geyser Basin, and that's why it's so predictable. This section of trails here at the Upper Geyser Basin is part of the Continental Divide Trail, a 3,000-mile trail system through the U.S. from the Canadian border to the Mexican border, like the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Crest Trail. We walked on a small part at Glacier National Park also.
Dirty, fluffy cows.
No, dirty cow.
Castle Geyser, named by the same expedition that named Old Faithful in 1870, erupts around twice a day. We think we might have seen a small eruption.
Oh, look!
What was it?
Castle. It was a big spurt. 2 per day are typically recorded, except for right now, he's just shooting off every 30 seconds.
What is this called, Pierce?
Rusted tool.
Looks like giant vat of Alka-Seltzer. There is what appears to be our daily Yellowstone thunderstorm over there. I think this one's rather spasmodic. Oh, look, it is spasmodic. This is the famous Dusty Bison from earlier. There was a ranger standing guard here, probably to keep people from stepping off the boardwalk and trying to get a selfie with the bison. The inn in the background creates a contrast between the natural world and the built world. We reminded ourselves often that we weren't going to be able to see everything, and that's again proven to be true here. There are so many things to see at Yellowstone. It's obvious why everyone comes here. It's also notable how there's a lush mountain landscape on one side and a barren geothermal area on the other. It's amazing how there's this bubbling hot water here, and over there is a creek or a river. Ah, we're coming out of the pine forest. The Old Faithful Inn was built over the winter of 1903 and 1904. It's ranked 36th out of 150 of America's favorite buildings, according to a survey conducted by the American Institute of Architects. The stone fireplace weighs in at a shocking 500 tons. If you're familiar with the Fusil Lodge from Disney's Planes, Fire and Rescue, you can see the resemblance between it and the Old Faithful Inn. This is the east wing of the Old Faithful Inn. It was extended in 1913. Thanks for watching. We visit the old-timey West Yellowstone Rodeo next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, and comment below.